The way in which we work nowadays has evolved massively from the traditional idea of work, where previously our work revolved around agriculture or industry, where the value of our labour came from the planting or harvesting crops as part of an industrial assembly line. But now we live in what many call the knowledge economy, where the value of our labour comes from how we can apply our minds to the tasks and problems that arise within our company. So we've evolved and adapted to add more value with less physical effort, but what hasn't evolved as quickly, or an ability we haven't quite mastered, is how to manage the complex and convoluted amount of tasks that make up our workflow today. A pioneer in the area of mastering your workflow is David Allen. He released a book in 2001 called Getting Things Done, which is a blueprint for successful workflow and process management. It's an amazing book which takes some really interesting high-level concepts and then presents them in a really easy step-by-step guide to help enable you to take control of your own productivity. And it's quite an easy read, so I'd 100% recommend getting your hands on a copy. But right now, I'm going to give you a couple of quick tips that I picked up from the book. So he sums up the need for effective time and process management quite nicely with this quote: "Our minds are for having ideas, not for holding them," which makes sense. So the aim of the book is to teach you a system whereby you can collect all the loose ends that take up your headspace and place them into a system which will ensure that they're taken care of. And loose ends are anything that play on your mind and pull your attention away from the task at hand. And they're things that we feel a degree of responsibility towards. They can be anything from large-scale problems like the current government is doing a terrible job, or they can be much smaller, trivial fish that need flying, like I need to oil the hinges on the door. So take a few seconds and start to make a mental list of your own loose ends. So I'm guessing that wasn't a hard list to get going, and I'd venture a fairly confident guess that you could have kept adding items to that list for quite some time. So this is just to illustrate the amount of issues that we have floating around our heads at any given time. These loose ends can be quite a drain and can cloud our ability to concentrate, to think clearly and to work effectively. David Allen proposes a great remedy to this. He likens our minds to computers with limited RAM, which is random access memory, which is the ability to call on and use any stored information. So while the effectiveness of a computer's ability to run the most important program is hindered by running multiple other programs at the same time, our mind's ability to concentrate on the most important task is hindered by having countless loose ends floating around our heads while we try to work. So to effectively close down our loose ends, like we close down unnecessary programs on a computer, we need to download our loose ends from our mind and place them into a process management system.